I want you to think about kids who tend to walk around on Earth with a little bit more anxiety than, say, you or me or another kid on the block. That's okay. Some people have higher levels of anxiety than others. Could be that that's the case with this child. Not enough anxiety that parents report other behaviors that are concerning, but just enough that it's a little higher than you or me. So I want you to think about that for a second. If my anxiety level is right here and her anxiety level is up here, and she and I both encounter something that's unfamiliar, that's uncomfortable, my anxiety level goes up a little bit, but hers goes up to here. Do you see the difference? In fact, I want you to think about it like a bucket. So if her bucket of anxiety is filled higher than most kids, and you add a little bit more because of food or whatever it happens to be, that raises her anxiety level and it's going to spill over. And that's where we often see these kids have meltdowns, start to cry, etc. However, and here's what you're going to learn in this course, we can't let them avoid, because every time a child avoids interacting with food, even if it's only going as far as licking it and then they won't chew on it, etc., every time we allow them to avoid, it feeds the anxiety. Kids with anxiety, whether it's an anxiety disorder or just higher levels of anxiety, what we want them to get comfortable with is kind of sitting in their own anxiety. Think about when you and I are taking a test, right? I mean, oh my gosh, think back to graduate school. This is terrible. But remember how, like, I was nervous to take those national boards, but I still was able to do it. So I know to sit in that anxiety, feel those butterflies, but yet focus. And for many of our children, especially those 8, 9, 10-year-olds, it really helps to talk to them about what anxiety feels like. So I'll chat with them and say, a lot of us, when we're nervous, we feel butterflies in our stomach. But also when we're excited, we feel butterflies in our stomach. It's the same sort of feeling, but the difference is when we are excited about something and we have that feeling, we know it's because something good's about to happen. When we're anxious and we have that exact same feeling, we're scared something bad is about to happen. But you know what? Those are just your thoughts. I promise you, nothing bad is going to happen, but you're still going to have that feeling. So when you feel it, I want you to say to yourself, that's my anxiety. It's not about the food. That's my anxiety. And then in feeding therapy, what we do is we start the kids on a really easy part of the ladder as we slowly work our way up to achieve our goals, so that we build confidence as we move up. And then if we get the sense that they need to stay on a particular rung for a while, that's okay. But if they're staying on that rung to avoid going to the next one, we have to gently push. And I have to warn you, the kids sometimes get teary. I had a kid today raise his voice at me, got really mad at his mom, and that's because he's scared. But he's very capable of taking the next step. So I always tell these kids, these 8, 9-year-olds, I promise you, I am never, ever going to ask you to do anything you're not capable of. You have my word on that. And that's why I move them up so slowly, so they trust me. And they know that if I'm pushing them a little bit, just like any coach pushes a little bit, that they're going to be able to do it.